Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world. I'm Sara Jane. This is Thoughtful Nuggets and Pearls on Gift of Healing TV. And the topic for this program is nervous versus excited. That feeling, that sensation you get in the pit of your stomach. And it was a few years ago now that I was actually going to be on television. I'd got accepted to be on a program called The Weakest Link. And I was showering very early that morning because I'd got to get a flight up to Scotland to do the recording of the program. And as I was showering that morning, I got that sensation in the pit of my stomach. Now, I'd always thought of that as being nerves of fear, anxiety. But then I started to think about it. And I realized that the sensation actually was more to do with excitement, with anticipation. And so I allowed myself to think more about what had happened in my life at different times of my life as to why maybe I'd got the naming of the sensation, I'm not going to say wrong, but I put the interpretation on it that I had. And so I can obviously only speak from my own experience. And I went right back to when I was just under a year old, because my first birthday I spent in hospital. I was hospitalized for 3 months. And those that you know my story, I'm not going to go into all of it, but just suffice to say it was a time parents couldn't stay with their children. Rules and regulations meant, and limitations for car, etc., for my parents, because we are talking 60 years ago at the time of recording, meant my parents got to see me once a week for an hour. And I thought about it. And every time I saw them, I probably went into, because I can't remember, I really can't, but I probably went into anticipation that I was going to be going home. And obviously for 3 months, I wasn't taken home. And so whereas initially, and I know we don't necessarily can't put things into words, and we certainly wouldn't know words like nervousness, anxiety, anticipation, sort of any of those words, we wouldn't have those words. We wouldn't have that sort of vocabulary. But it went from a sense of anticipation and excitement to potentially even elements of depression, anxiety, nervousness. They've come to see me, but they're not staying, and they're going to go without me. And that is where, as I grew older, those feelings became more about nerves and anxiety than about excitement and anticipation. And that is how I suppose we name feelings, especially those type of feelings in your gut. So all I can suggest, as I did myself, is next time you have sensations or feelings in your body, think about them. Are they what you've called them? Or can you look back and see something within your life that happened where you may have had those feelings, those sensations that didn't go quite the way you'd hoped. And obviously, I always hoped to be taken home. I'm sure I always hoped to be taken home. Think about what has gone on in your life, and can you rename those feelings, those sensations? And if you like, put a more positive slant on them. Because yes, if I get those feelings in my gut now, I certainly don't think of it as nervousness and anxiety. It's about anticipation and excitement. And as I like to fill my life with different experiences, and I'm very grateful to that experience. I may have been the first one voted off on the weakest link, but I had the experience and it was fun. And the staff were all wonderful. They really were. I've still got them. My dad had this gorgeous pair of patchwork trousers, and their reaction was, please wear those, because I wore them to the initial interview. And it was just about being yourself. And I was myself. I didn't get a chance to speak to Anne Robinson. It was a real shame, but it was one of those things. I still had the experience, but the greatest gift I received from that day was an understanding about myself, what had gone on in my life. And for me, yes, a misinterpretation of sensations and feelings. And I hope that by sharing my experience, that it has given you some food for thought. Because I felt it was a true gift that gave me. And I feel very blessed to have opened up to the awareness. And I hope that what I have shared helps you to open up to awareness of different things that have gone on in your life, have happened in your life. And that maybe there is an alternative interpretation that supports you. Thank you for listening. Do go to the website, giftofhealingtv.com. There's loads more thoughtful nuggets and pearls. I think we've got over 100 of them now. Not just me, some of them with guests, some from other people that contributed. They're there for you. Check out all our other programs, all the catch up on everything else we've shared there, meditations, exercises, panel discussions, interviews. Check them out. That's what they're there for you. And I hope that, and you will find the things when it's relevant for you. So it doesn't matter how old they are when they were recorded. We find things when they're relevant to us. If you've got anything that you would like to share with me, if there's any comments you want to make, you can do that on the website, or you can email me, giftofhealingtv@gmail.com. All one word, giftofhealingtv. And I look forward to you joining me again next week. I may be joined by my sister Jackie. I'm not sure at the moment. It would be lovely if she can. Rules of life. And this was something I found on the internet. There was a list of, and I thought, actually, it would be interesting just to have little comments on each of them. Make peace with your past. And I suppose this is what this has been about. It's that changing of how something felt and an interpretation you put on it. And it is making peace with that so that actually you can move forward. And there's 6 on the list. And if you want to go to the website, you will find them there on the upcoming page so you can see what we're going to be talking about, or I'm going to be sharing my bit on. but hopefully Jackie will be with me. In the meantime, thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed and it's spoken to you, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future. Love, peace and light to you all. Namaste.